Imagine leading a life that can be described as ordinary, typical, and unremarkable in every sense. This was the life Gillian Bayford found herself living before the year 2012. Gillian, a 40-year-old woman hailing from Scotland, had created a humble life in Suffolk, situated in the eastern part of England. She shared this life with her husband Adrian and their two beautiful children, Amy and Cameron. Adrian, a man of music, owned and operated a shop in the area, contributing to the family's modest income. Like many young families, they were masters of making ends meet. They managed to keep their children safe, put food on the table, and maintain the warmth and love that makes a house a home, even amidst financial constraints. But like many of us, they harbored dreams that extended beyond the confines of their current circumstances. They envisioned a life of financial stability, a life where they could afford the little luxuries that make life more comfortable. They dreamt of the day they could cast aside their worries about bills and expenses, a day when they could take a deep breath and know they were financially secure. Back in Scotland, the Bayford family was grappling with financial difficulties. The picture wasn't always bright. Gillian's parents, for instance, found themselves living in a caravan, a far cry from the comfort of a traditional home. They couldn't afford anything more. This was their reality, a stark contrast to the dream they had for their daughter and their grandchildren. Meanwhile, Gillian's brother was navigating his own financial maze. He was an entrepreneur, a risk-taker, a man continually driven by the prospects of success. He built one company after another, each fueled by hope, each promising a brighter future. But, as is often the case in the world of business, success was elusive. Each venture he embarked upon eventually closed down, the dreams they carried with them fading into oblivion. This was the backdrop against which Gillian's life was unfolding. She had her own family to look after, her own set of challenges to navigate. Yet she couldn't help but feel the weight of her family's struggles back in Scotland. It was a constant reminder of the harsh realities of life, of the thin line between comfort and hardship. But, like many families, the Bayfords held on. They understood that life was a roller coaster ride of ups and downs. They knew that struggle was a part of the journey. They didn't let their circumstances define them. Instead, they chose to define their circumstances. They chose to dream, to hope for a better life. They bought lottery tickets, a small investment in their dreams. It was their way of keeping the flame of hope alive, their way of reaching out for the stars. The Bayford family was just like any other, struggling to make ends meet and dreaming of a better life. They were a testament to the human spirit, a testament to the power of resilience and hope. They were proof that no matter how grim the present might seem, the future can always hold promise. In 2012, the ordinary lives of Gillian and Adrian Bayford were about to change dramatically. The couple, like many others, had long dreamed of a financial windfall that could bring them a touch of comfort and financial ease. In pursuit of that dream, they decided to take part in the Euro Millions lottery, a popular game played across 9 European countries. The rules were straightforward, but the odds were daunting. They needed to correctly guess 7 numbers, 5 main numbers from a pool of 50, and 2 lucky stars from a set of 12. Their chances of winning any prize were 1 in 22. But the odds of hitting the jackpot, of becoming multi-millionaires overnight, were a staggering 1 in 139 million. Yet this didn't deter Gillian and Adrian. They knew the chances were slim, but they also knew that someone had to win, and that someone could just as well be them. So they bought their ticket and waited. The day of the draw arrived. As the numbers were announced, one by one, a sense of disbelief washed over Gillian and Adrian. Each number matched. 1, 2, 3, 7. All 7 of their numbers had been drawn. They had won the Euro Millions jackpot. In an instant, their lives transformed. The ordinary struggling couple from Suffolk were no longer just another pair of hopeful lottery participants. They were the winners of the Euro Millions jackpot. Their bank account ballooned with a staggering sum of 190 million euros. It was a moment of pure shock and elation, a moment of disbelief and joy. Their humble dreams of financial ease had exploded into a reality of unimaginable wealth. In an instant, Gillian and Adrian Bayford were multimillionaires. Their lives and the lives of those around them were about to change in ways they could never have anticipated. With their newfound wealth, Gillian and Adrian had the power to change not only their lives, but also those of their loved ones. They say money makes the world go round, and for the Bayfords, It was an opportunity to turn the tide for their family, who had been caught in the whirlpool of financial struggle. The Bayfords didn't just become multimillionaires overnight, they also became the lifeline their family desperately needed. In 2012, the Bayfords found themselves on the receiving end of an astonishing $187.5 million. That's a number most of us can't even fathom, let alone count. But for Gillian and Adrian, it was a reality that could alter the course of their lives and those around them. Gillian's family back in Scotland had been struggling, living in a caravan, unable to afford anything more. My dad and brother built up one company after another and then closed them down. Gillian reflected on their situation. It's a story that is far too common, a story of dreams shattered and hopes hung out to dry. But Gillian and Adrian, with their windfall, had a chance to rewrite that story. They didn't just win enough to change their lives, they won enough to change their families' lives too. The Bayfords decided to share their wealth, to lift their family out of the quagmire of financial instability. "I bailed them out of every debt," Gillian later confirmed. "It was a gesture of goodwill, a testament to the bond of family, a demonstration of sharing the wealth they had been fortunate to acquire." The Bayfords used their lottery winnings to chart a new course for their family, erasing the debts that had cast a long shadow over their lives. Their story serves as a reminder that while money may not buy happiness, it can certainly provide relief in times of financial distress. Their windfall didn't just transform their lives, it became a beacon of hope for their family. The Bayfords were not just millionaires, they were saviors for their struggling family. Their story is a testament to the power of sharing the wealth, a lesson in generosity, and a demonstration of the profound impact of a single act of kindness. Winning the lottery is a dream come true, but for Gillian Bayford, it was a dream that came with unforeseen consequences. The aftermath of such an immense windfall is rarely as rosy as one might imagine. For Gillian, the sudden influx of wealth brought about a strain on her relationships that she hadn't anticipated. Money, they say, can't buy happiness, and in Gillian's case, it seemed to buy quite the opposite. Gillian's marriage to Adrian began to crumble under the weight of their newfound fortune. The couple, who once lived a simple, content life, found themselves thrust into the spotlight, their every move scrutinized by the public eye. The pressure was intense, and it began to take a toll on their relationship. Within 15 months of their lottery win, Gillian and Adrian announced their separation, a decision that shocked their friends and family. But the strain didn't stop at her marriage. Gillian's relationships with friends and extended family began to suffer as well. The Bayfords found themselves the target of incessant requests for financial help, and even accusations of greed when they chose to keep their wealth to themselves. The constant pressure and scrutiny led to a deep sense of isolation for Gillian, a feeling that money simply couldn't alleviate. Emotionally, the toll was heavy. Gillian found herself dealing with feelings of guilt, anxiety, and mistrust. The joy of winning the lottery had been replaced with the harsh reality of what such a windfall could do to one's personal life. The woman who once dreamed of financial security and a better life for her family found herself questioning whether the lottery win was a blessing or a curse. And yet, despite the difficulties, Gillian persevered. She used her wealth to help those in need, setting up a property business to provide affordable housing for families and donating generously to charity. Even in the face of adversity, Gillian found ways to make her fortune count. The lottery win, while financially liberating, brought with it a host of complications Gillian could never have anticipated. Gillian Bayford's story serves as a cautionary tale for all those who believe that money can buy happiness. Gillian's experience, from a life of modest means to sudden, unimaginable wealth, offers several compelling lessons that we can all learn from. Firstly, it underscores the old saying, "Be careful what you wish for." While many of us may dream of winning the lottery, Gillian's story shows that sudden wealth can bring unexpected challenges. It can strain relationships, create mistrust, and in some cases, lead to a complete upheaval of life as we know it. Secondly, Gillian's tale highlights the importance of happiness over wealth. Despite becoming a multimillionaire overnight, Gillian faced personal struggles that money couldn't resolve. It's a poignant reminder that true happiness can't be bought or won. It's cultivated through meaningful relationships, personal growth, and emotional well-being. Thirdly, it emphasizes the importance of financial literacy. When faced with a sudden windfall, it's easy to get carried away and make impulsive decisions. Understanding how to manage and grow wealth responsibly is crucial. This doesn't mean you shouldn't enjoy your newfound riches, but it's important to make wise decisions that ensure long-term financial stability. Finally, Gillian's story teaches us about the value of humility and compassion. Despite her wealth, she remained grounded, using her fortune to help her family out of debt. It shows that no matter how much money we have, it's how we use it to make a positive impact that truly counts. In the end, Gillian's story is a stark reminder that money doesn't necessarily equate to happiness, and sometimes it can even complicate it. So the next time you buy that lottery ticket, remember that wealth is just one piece of the puzzle. True happiness comes from within and is often found in the simplest of things: love, family, and peace of mind.